Hi, everybody. Um, Excuse my appearance. I do have clothes under this. It's my workout clothes. I'll explain that in a minute. But for right now, I want to explain my absence. So, on April 17th, I accepted a job. I can't really talk about it a lot because of the security involved with this job. It's not it's not with government or anything, but it is something that I just really can't talk about. What I can say is it's a armored vehicle service, courier service, and that's just about all I can say. Anyway, I when I accepted this job, I knew it was going to be very stressful. I knew it was going to be very difficult. I also knew that it was going to take up a lot of my energy for the first month or two. And I probably had mentioned something in a video or two before this one. Um, but I want to make something clear. I have not left the channel. What had happened is I I know I can do this job, but it is really hard physically and mentally because you use up a lot of your brain to have to think differently and you have to use a different focus at this job than you do at normal places. And I knew it was going to be very physical, and I was very excited about that. I still am. I just didn't realize that, being in your, late 40s, 50s, or whatever, being a little bit older, like I'm probably 20 something years older than all of these. I call them kids, but they're not kids that work there and that are like my bosses and managers. Um, they've been doing this job for a while, and your body changes. And I don't mean that in an excuse way, but I have lost maybe 30 or 40 pounds since I started working there. I've been walking a lot. I have been doing a lot more meditation. Sorry, my nose itched. And so I had to focus, and I had to put all of my attention and all of my energy into my job. And I noticed last week that I was really getting inside my head and feeling really awful about myself. And what that was doing was it was making me mess up. And I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the power of it's called self-destructive behaviorism. It's not really that. I forgot the name of it now. My mind went blank, but it's about how you think of yourself and how you feel about yourself, and then how it manifests in the work that you're doing, whether it be in art, creativity. Sometimes you can even get a creative block. And for me, it was like I was at work a couple of times last week and then the week before last, and I literally had a meltdown practically every day. And I just thought, I'm not set. I know I can do this, but I'm not doing it good enough. And come to find out, it was really, that's what's called self-defeating behavior. A self-defeating behavior is telling yourself you're not good enough, you can't do it. Nobody likes you is another one. You really are not up for the task, so to speak. Or maybe you tell yourself, well, I'm not qualified enough. And any of those little tiny talks that you say to yourself are self-defeating behaviorisms. They defeat any positive that you are trying to do in your life. You're really setting yourself up for a deep failure. And that is, I'm being honest here, that is exactly what I did. And I've been also a lot, I want to say a little, but a lot emotional in my personal life. I've been really struggling with a couple of things. And I've been really beating myself up a lot. Sorry, I didn't want to make this a cry fest. But I really got into my head emotionally, even spiritually, mentally, physically even. I almost felt like I was going to not only have a nervous breakdown, but I literally thought that I was just going to come home and just fall down on my knees and just sit there in a fetal position for a long time. But I didn't. What I decided to start doing, and I've been doing this for 2 weeks now, is I have been spending a couple hours a day or an evening. I leave my phone. I'll go home, I'll change from my uniform, and I'll put my phone on my bed, and I will just go on walks. I'll talk to myself. There's a cemetery, and I've mentioned this before. I live near a cemetery, and there's about 12 hiking trails or trekking trails all around where I live. I live near like 2 canyons with less than a mile away. And then there's a ravine that's west of me that I have been hiking around. And I have just been really deep in thought. And then when I get home, I'll text my children. I'll text a couple friends. And then there's one person that I've been texting a lot. And anyway, and then I have been turning on some meditative type of music, and I've been listening to self-affirmations and positive energy vibrations, as well as some drumming. Drumming really helps me to just kind of centralize my core, to kind of centralize me and get me in a better shape, because I love this channel and I love what I was doing, but I was getting so much in my head that I want to be on here with positive energy. But at the same time, as I was going through this, I realized I miss my people. I miss this little community. I miss you guys. And I just kept on getting in my head. And so I wanted to talk about this because it's really important that when you are caring for other people, when you are a mom, when you're a grandma, when you're even a nurse or a palliative care doctor or a doctor or anybody that loves humans and has kindness for each other, you have a tendency to get wrapped up in that. You have a tendency to get wrapped in, like I have a tendency to hyper focus on my children. And they're like, I know that I want them to know that I am here like all the time. I'm always willing to listen to everything that they have going on in their life. But I have a difficult time finding that border, that what is it called? That line that you just are, like the privacy, I guess you could say. Even though they're my kids, I feel like, what's private? No, I'm joking. But I just, what is it? Boundaries. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say boundaries. That's the other thing. My stuttering has taken the best of me lately. I've had sores all over my body. I've had some health issues that I think I have a handle on it. And it's not really my health. I think it's something else. But I believe that that's for another topic. When I talk about magic, I'll talk about that. And also my stress manifests in my mind. And that is what happened. And I want to apologize because I don't want to fail you guys. I have a propensity to be an overachiever. And so when I feel like I've let myself down, I feel like I've let other people down. And when I feel like I let other people down, I get really stressed out and I start getting in my head again. And so I just want you guys to know that I'm here for the long haul. I've had a couple of just setbacks, but then I've also had a few blessings too. My children have been, they've been through struggles. Dang it. I'm so lazy at editing that I guess it's okay for you guys to see my emotions. So if you guys don't like emotions very well, then just speed ahead through this. But my kids haven't always had, my kids have had it rather tough. And unfortunately, some of that is my fault. Well, a lot of it is my fault. I was a single mom for a while. And they just have had it rough. But at the same time, all of my children have become fighters. They have become survivors. They become warriors. So I'm so proud of them. I'm so blessed to be their mom. And they're all right now, amazingly, in a really good place. And, I better hurry and knock on wood. Because I don't want that to go away. And it's not a bragging thing, I promise you. This is a humbling experience that I've been having these past couple of years, especially this past year. But I'm here for the long haul. This is so important to me to have this channel. I know that there's not a lot of people that probably listen to me, but that's okay. But I really feel like I'm reaching out to people. I really feel like that me being genuine, my sincereness, I think that comes through, and it comes through on the camera, and I didn't really expect that to be the case. But I'm very passionate in what I do and the research that I do because I love this so much. And I really want it to work out. I've done a lot of thinking while I've been kind of taking a little bit of a, I guess you could say, a self-help break from the channel. And it has nothing to do with you guys. It's really me. That sounds so weird. It's like, it's not you, it's just me. But literally it is. I felt like I needed to regain my wholeness so that I could continue to help people. And I feel like that if I came across as like depressed or unenthusiastic with the channel, that it won't help other people. And so I come back in humility and in love for everybody that are my subscribers, and a lot of thankfulness. I am so grateful that every single one of you has pushed the subscribe button and interacts and comments on my messages. But I'm just really, really grateful. The other thing that I wanted to come up and talk about is, I don't know if I mentioned before, but I've had some struggles over this past year, and one of them has been financially. And I know I could sit there and have an excuse and say COVID, COVID, COVID. But I let a lot of people down, and I lost a pretty good job, and so I moved down here to Salt Lake. And anyway, I've been going through the final steps of bankruptcy, and so I realized upon talking to my lawyer that for right now I cannot accept money. So I have to wait a little while to really have my channel grow. For you younger people, don't get in debt. Don't do it. Don't get loans. If you cannot pay them back, do not get it. You never know what's going to happen. And if you do, and if you get in trouble, you go to your spouse, you go to your loved one, and you be transparent with them about it. Because if they're left in the dark, you lose trust. Anyway, so my lawyer has, what I found out is through this bankruptcy, and I didn't know this, but they have to look at all of your assets, and they see like Venmo, they see Apple Pay, and they also see cryptocurrency. Well, I've never purchased any cryptocurrencies. I found this free app that my son-in-law had sent to me and my daughter and us three, and he's like in this group, he's like the pro at doing this, and he sent it to me, and I felt like it was kind of more like a video game, like solitaire. I literally did. I literally thought that way. And this app has changed. They weren't bought out, but they had merged, or they had changed their terms of plan or something like that. Their terms of their terms. And this app has always just been an app to me. I go on and it's called, and this has nothing to do, I'm not selling it, and I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just telling you my experience, okay? So this app is called Pi, P-I. And it was really cool. Like, you go on and you mine, and you just push a mine button, and so you're mining like Minecraft, right? Only it's Pi. And it's free. I did not pay a dime on this. And so I don't even do it every day. Every 12 hours you can mine for your Pi, or in other words, your coins or your bitcoins or whatever. And they are worth like 1% of a penny. if that. They're probably even worth like 0.001% of a penny. And I didn't realize that they use that as income, as an asset. I did not realize that. I really didn't. Like, just naive. And so I went to this meeting of the trustee, and they asked for my Pi Bitcoin currency kind of statement. Well, because this company merged, and since I got this app, I had changed my phone number. And so now I can't get a hold of customer service. And literally, this has nothing to do with the company. I'm just letting you guys know my experience. I'm not pro or against or giving any advice at all, because I know nothing about stuff, right? Let's just put it out there. I know nothing. And so I come to find out I have like 135 Pi. And I don't even know what that is equivalent to, but I understand it's like not even 70 cents or something. I don't know. It's really not worth a lot. But because it's seen as an asset, the trustee has decided to object to my bankruptcy. So what that means is that I had tried this whole week to get a hold of this company, and they won't contact me. I try to call them, and there's no way to call. And you're supposed to be able to go on this FAQ webpage. I didn't get any answers there. I got nothing. I got a nothing piece of nothing. And then, so I thought, well, my lawyer could get control of this app and I could change my password, but my password is linked to my other phone number, and so I can't do anything with it. I can't verify my new phone number, and it's this whole heap of mess. And so the only way that I can change it to my other phone number is just to delete the account, which is dumb. But if I delete the account now, then my trustee thinks that I'm lying and that I'm hiding something and that I'm moving like real money, which it's literally worth nothing. Anyway, it's literally worth nothing. And so I came up with a solution with my attorney. So on Monday, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that I can fix this solution, that I can fix this problem. So anyway, there's that going on. But until then, the only kind of income that I can bring in for myself is the job that I have right now. If I do anything other than that, so like my Etsy store, any of that kind of stuff, I have to wait. And I have to do it when the time is appropriate. And I don't mean that in like appropriate. I mean that as in I have to take really very a lot of caution. And then I have to make sure that my lawyer and I are on the same page on that. And so I have to really listen to my lawyer on this. Because the laws now are so complicated. Everything that's done online is really, really super complicated. And, anyway, so I don't know why I'm telling you this. I hope it helps someone in the future. So anyway, about my wet hair. So because of all of these things happening, and because I really needed time for the space in my head to be able to let go of all of this, self-defeating thoughts and self-defeating behaviors that was causing me to think these, things that just were getting in my head. I have decided to turn off electronics for a couple hours. Well, a couple hours at night at least, or at night. But then the problem is that I need my cell phone for my alarm. So I'm actually going to go down and get like an old-fashioned alarm clock, so I can just keep it turned off at night, to help my mental well-being. Then the other thing that I have been doing is on the weekend, I have decided to put my phone down and leave my house, keep my phone at my house, leave my house, and just touch grass, basically. That's why I've been doing a lot of walking and a lot of hikes, because there's a lot of nature and it's so beautiful around me. Why am I not out there in nature and just soaking in the sun rays and getting in touch with me, with my own thoughts, and improving myself that way? So that is the explanation as to why I've been gone so long, and I really am sorry for that. I really, really, really care about every one of you. I do have to, because of all of these things going on, I do have to wait a little bit longer than I wanted to get myself a really nice either laptop or desktop, so that I can really do the things that I want to do. But in the meantime, I've decided, instead of working at home, doing my research here for my channel, I've decided to go to the library. And what I found is, at least in the Salt Lake City library, they're all connected. There's like, I think 15 to 19 of them, all around Salt Lake City, just Salt Lake City alone. And a couple of them are beautiful historic sites. The one that I go to used to be an old elementary school. And then there's a couple of other places that are just beautiful. And then we have a really big one. Utahns love books, and Utahns read a lot of books. And so our libraries here in Utah, surprisingly, well, if you live in Utah, you know that we just love books. Like, there's Barnes and Noble down the street still. There's one that down the street that I sat in my car the other day, and I don't know if it's because I was so stressed out or whatever from work, but I sat and cried in my car because I was looking at it. I was like, this Barnes and Noble is gone. It's just literally gone. So anyway, when I went to the library, I asked to take a tour around the library. I know, I'm a nerd. And I was amazed. I was so amazed, and I was so excited because there's all this research and microfiche and old textbooks and rare books that were handwritten from, like a couple 300 years ago, that is at the library. And crap on a cracker. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I got so excited about the library. I know, I am such a nerd. I'm nerding out on libraries. Anyway, and so I also wanted to say that libraries now have like art in them, and they have art galleries. They had an art opening up the street or down the street from where I live, and they have these amazing things there. And so I really hope that you guys start supporting, because we are paying this in our taxpayers' money. Support your library. Go and get a library card. Heck, it's free. And there's all these music and videos and stuff you can watch online that is free. And so anyway, there's another PSA. Go to your library. Anyway, so I'm back. I'm not going away. I'm really sorry that I went into the slump, but I'm really super excited to be back. And next week I will have some amazing, amazing new stories and come back just refreshed with a fresh brain and more enthusiasm and hopefully sun-kissed. Except for like this weekend, it was super rainy outside and thundery. That's why I'm so wet. So I was on this walk and I walked around my neighborhood and I walked through the cemetery and I walked up to this point it's not on the mountain, but it's on the foothill of the mountains. And I just sat there and just was in, I was in myself and in my thoughts and just listening to silence, actually, not a sound. Of course, and then a little while later, I got caught in this thunderstorm and rainstorm. And instead of just running home and running for cover, I stood there in the rain and just had this solace time to myself. And it was so beautiful. And it made me reflect on my children, on my life, on my family, on what really means the most to me. I also reflected on forgiveness and compassion and kindness and love and peace, and it was such a beautiful thing. So that is my thing that I've been going through. Oh, also my daughter had a baby. And so I was able to post that picture. I hope she doesn't get pissed off at me. But if I did with my son's child, baby, infant, he would not be really happy with me. He would be like, absolutely, probably not talk to me for a very long time until I took it down or whatever. But I think my daughter's okay with it. She posts pictures of her kids all the time on Facebook. So anyway, but I love every one of you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I've noticed that my numbers have been going way down, and I'm not expecting anything from anybody, but if you've unsubscribed, please resubscribe. If you feel like I dropped off and lost hope in you guys, I really didn't, I promise. I'm really genuine with my thoughts, my feelings, even on this. As you could see, I wear my heart on my sleeve, especially on this channel. It's very, very important. I feel like when I'm doing something really, really grand, that it's more of a struggle for it to take off. But I feel that there is something really important about this that all of us have to be involved in. Anyway, that's my little 30-minute lecture. I'm sorry I went over today, but please subscribe. Please like me. No, anyway. Have a nice week, and I'm going to be back. I know that my last video I talked about 23andMe, or maybe 3 videos ago, maybe 4 videos ago. I talked about 23andMe, and we'll talk and discuss about that too. So have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully sooner, but I know it's going to be next week. Love you guys. Love every one of you. I really do love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourself better than I take care of me, that's for sure. But I'm trying. So let's have a group goal, okay? Let's have a little community para weirdo goal. Let's all take care of ourselves so that we can help others. How's that? Just do once a day, even if it's smiling at someone, saying hi to someone that you normally don't do. Get out of your little bit of your comfort zone, just a little bit, and just let me know in the comments what you guys did this week to make the devil pissed off at you. Okay, let's do that. Let's have just this positive energy and love and peace for everybody, and And let's do at least something nice, even if it's just a smile for just one person, just once just 1 second a day even. Okay, take care. Love you guys. I come in peace, I go in peace. I bring love and light to everybody, and have a wonderful week. Bye.